Hello friend. Welcome to MovieMark. Today we have brought you some amazing Indian suspense thriller movies, which are masterpiece movies forever. Hope you will like them. So let's start today's video. Number 10. Cadaver. This movie based on crime drama mystery genres, with 6.6 IMDb rating. The film starts off with a mystery man abducting and cruelly murdering a chief heart surgeon Salim Rahman, of a reputed JC hospital in the city. As the case proceeds, we are introduced to Badra Tangavel, an expert pathologist, who aids the city's ACP Vishal in handling the case. Alongside, we also witness a prisoner, Vetri in prison, who had already vowed to kill the same surgeon by drawing his portrait on the walls of his cell. As this news leaks out, the commissioner and the pathologist are left with no choice but to interrogate Vetri. Number 9. V1 Murder Case. This movie based on drama thriller genres, with 6.8 IMDb rating. The movie follows Inspector Agni, a forensic expert who is undergoing treatment for nyctophobia and is suffering from hallucinations about a past murder. His colleague, Inspector Luna, convinces him to take the case of a recently murdered young woman. The duo interrogate the victim's boyfriend Inba, who admits that he and Narmada had been going through a rough patch while living together. Agni is convinced that someone else is involved in the crime and interrogates the victim's friend as well as a man who was in touch with her just before her murder. Inba is then found dead at his residence with a suicide note, although the team observes someone fleeing the scene. Number 8. Yashoda. This movie based on action science fiction thriller genres, with 6.6 IMDb rating. Yashoda, who works in Zomato, becomes a surrogate mother, as she needs to fund her sister's surgery. She is taken to Eva, a state-of-the-art surrogacy center owned by Dr. Madhubala. Yashoda befriends some of the surrogate mothers and spends time with them. All of them find out that each of them are poor, in need of money. Meanwhile, the local police investigate the accident of business tycoon, Shiva Reddy, and his girlfriend, Arushi. They deduce that it was a pre-planned murder, and the police appoint Vasudeva IPS to lead the investigation. Number 7. Rorschach. This movie based on action mystery thriller genres, with 7.0 IMDb rating. Luke Anthony is an NRI businessman in Dubai who goes to Kerala with his pregnant wife Sophia for a vacation. While traveling through the forest, they have a road accident. Upon gaining consciousness, he finds Sophia is missing and reports it to the local police. The cops close the case, as they deduce that Sophia was killed by a tiger. Luke decides to find her on his own. Luke stumbles upon Balan, who asks him to purchase his house on the outskirts of the forest. He tells Luke that the house was owned by his elder son, Dilip Balan, who died in an accident a few months ago. Number 6. Salute. This movie based on action crime drama genres, with 7.0 IMDb rating. The movie revolves around a murder case. Aravind, along with his brother, sent Murali to jail, creating false shreds of evidence against him as they thought that he was the actual culprit. But later on, the story turned around, and another man came forward as the real killer. Arvind's brother was scared that if now new judgments would come, they all would get punishments for what they did and thus deviated Aravind from the case, closing the case. But after a long tenure, when Aravind returns to the town, he finds Murali's sister and thought should help Murali and rejoin his job. He put his level best to gather the pieces of evidence and reach the real murderer. After getting very close, the news of the death of the real culprit shivered him. But he somehow managed to prove them right. Number 5. Vikram Vedha. This movie based on action crime drama genres, with 8.2 IMDb rating. A badass cop Vikram leads a special task force formed to eliminate a kick-ass Vedha's gang running amok on the streets of Chennai, making a mockery of law and order. An encounter planned by Vikram's friend Simon kills Vedha's trusted aides and brings him out of hiding. Vedha lays his clutch on Vikram and engages in a disturbing mind game of sorts which results in a quest to reveal the truth behind that fateful encounter. Number 4. Hit the First Case. This movie based on action crime drama genres, with 6.8 IMDb rating. Vikram Jaisingha aka Vicky is a cop who works in the homicide intervention team HIT, and is sharp person, who solves crucial cases with his ability to capture even the smallest of details, thus earning the trust of his senior Ajit. He is in love with Neha Mehta, his colleague and a forensic official. Rohit is Vikram's close friend and his colleague, who accompanies him in most of his cases. Vikram is constantly in an argument with Akshay, another officer, who crosses lines with Vikram. Vikram occasionally suffers from PTSD due to his past experience and refuses to take pills as he believes it slows down his abilities. Number 3. Suspense the Vortex. This web series based on crime drama thriller genres, with 8.2 IMDb rating. Shanmugam is the head of the labor union protesting against their factory's management, headed by Trilok Vadeh. Police Under Inspector Regina Thomas and her close associate Sub-Inspector Chakravarthi try to keep the protesters in check. In return, Trilok partly finances a bike for Regina's spoiled son, Adhasayam. Regina's husband is a little unhappy about the entire setup. Adhasayam is headed on a trip to Munnar with his friends. Sakurai gets engaged to Lakshmi, a nurse. Shanmugam notices his daughter Neela is not concentrating on her education and reprimands her. Neela seems extremely upset. She goes missing that night. The same night, the factory catches fire and suspicion naturally falls on Shanmugam and police detain him. While investigating the cause of the factory fire, Sakurai finds out Neela was actually kidnapped. Number 2. Gumnam. This movie based on action crime thriller genres, with 8.0 IMDb rating. Two elderly men discover the corpse of Samyungtha, a 15-year-old school student who was brutally murdered and wrapped in a polythene bag. Arun Kumar is an aspiring filmmaker who wants to make a movie on psychopaths. After being rejected many times despite having a good script and due to pressure from his family, he decides to become a sub-inspector with the help of his brother-in-law, Prasad, a police officer himself. He moves in with his sister Sapna, Prasad, and their daughter Siri. Siri gets into trouble when she makes Arun forge her father's signature on her report card. Her class teacher Krishnaveni figures this out and thinks that she signed it herself. Siri brings Arun to her school to pretend to be her father. Number 1. Anjam Pathira. This movie based on crime mystery thriller genres, with 7.9 IMDb rating. Anwar Hussain is a psychologist who works as a consulting criminologist in Kochi City Police on the special recommendation of his friend ACP Anil Madhavan. One night, DYSP Abraham Koshi is abducted and his corpse is left in a gypsum field with eyes and heart eviscerated. The investigation is headed by DCP Catherine. The autopsy report shows zolpidem presence in the body, but no signs of coercion. In a few days, a second police officer goes missing. His body is found in the backyard of the police station, along with a Lady Justice figurine. Anwar finds a similar artifact in the previous crime scene from the forensic photos. Autopsy results are the same as previous. So friends, I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this.